Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Asagao Academy.
Cheese edition.
I'm okay with it.
That was nice of you.
I'm feeling generous today. We headed to the cafeteria. I was watching for PBG, still feeling a little concerned. But to my surprise, he wasn't there. We hadn't left that long after him, though. Shouldn't we have at least run into him in the line? Unless he hadn't gone to lunch. Was he skipping food to sleep? My throat tightened. The whole situation was filling me with panic, and I had no idea why. John was right. It was just a bit of sleep. So, why was I so worried?
Hey, Hana.
I turned to face my key hovering before the door is locked.
Is there another one of those things? Oh. We haven't gotten any notes from your secret admirer, have we? Your secret admirer. Sure, whatever. You win some, you lose some.
Wait, what?
I guess so. Let's get started on those brain exercises. I don't like the fact that I'm 90.
Oh, is that like the brain age thing?
Mm-hmm. Ugh, I hate this.
Mai clawed her hands through her hair, screaming at the small piece of paper lying on her desk.
Why does anybody ever need calculus? Who uses calculus? Who uses school? I would like to point out that I think I've had similar rants about calculus.
You have had similar rants about calculus, but in HR that might be fair.
Yes. Well, don't answer that.
Sorry.
You're fine, I got it.
It was a relatively cool night, but in response to that, the academy had turned on the heaters. That meant it was abysmally hot in our dorm room, and our pajamas stuck to our skin when we moved. Even I didn't want to be working on homework anymore. Why would they not have at least some control over that?
Right. Hey. Want to take a walk?
Mai stood and walked to the door.
Please. Oh, it's so much nicer outside.
The evening air cooled our sweat, and the soft breeze ruffled our hair. We left after curfew, so there was no one roaming the walkways as we picked our way across campus. We were rounding the corner of Bluebell House when Mai stopped.
Did you, hear that? Hear what?
I heard a soccer ball. The sound of something being hit echoed through the air.
No one's supposed to be out this late. I think it came from, over here.
Mai took off in the direction of the soccer field.
I really don't think we should be investigating.
And I think we should be investigating further. But Mai was already too far gone. Carefully, I tiptoed after her.
There, look.
Mai grabbed my hand and yanked me down behind a bush.
It's PBG. What's he doing?
I peered out from behind the bush. She was right. PBG stood in the middle of the field, bouncing a soccer ball from his head to his foot and back again.
It looks like he's practicing.
Suddenly, PBG punted the ball into the air before him and raced after it. A loud grunt echoed across the entire field as he kicked the ball into the net. Damn it. He ran to the ball, kicked it into the middle of the field, and shot it into the net again. Damn it.
What's wrong with him? I, don't know. I've never seen him so angry. Me neither.
We shifted closer together, an unspoken thought passing between us as PBG shot at the goal again. He was scary.
Maybe we should, get out of here?
Not a terrible idea. I looked at PBG. He was drenched with sweat and panting up a storm. Another yell echoed across the field this time he kicked the ball past the goal and went chasing after it.
Now's our chance, Hana. Come on.
I mean, I feel like running away last time worked out for us.
At some point, we're going to have to talk to him, I have a feeling.
No.
Okay. Whatever, you make the decision. Apparently, you were the right one anyways.
Well, I mean, we didn't get yelled at last time.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, but I just want to mess it up.
I don't want to make choices. All right.
I feel like we have to confront him at some point.
I agree.
I'm just not sure if tonight's the right night because he's kind of angry. But maybe he needs somebody to vent to?
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, would he get, like, since he's already worked up, would he get mad that we were, like, stalking him?
Is he going to get mad to find out that we have been stalking him and didn't talk to him?
That could happen, too. All right. I say we go.
What happens if we answer these incorrectly? Do we only end up in friend zone at the end of the game?
I have no idea. Okay. I was right. If he came out here past curfew to practice, he probably wanted to be alone. See, I feel like that is the right choice.
I also feel like, though, maybe we would have got some alone time.
Ooh, I didn't think of that. Why didn't you say that like 20 seconds earlier?
I don't know. You're the one in the last one telling me that I don't know man brain, so I'm
true.
letting you be man brain.
Yeah, that's fair. There's no point in butting into his business. If he needed my help, he'd tell me. I actually feel better about this decision than the last one, right?
Okay, let's go.
We dashed up the hill. We came down, but just before reaching the top, I slipped.
Eep!
I slid down the hill.
Hana!
Mai jumped after me and grabbed my arm, stopping my slow descent. She looked across the field and tugged on my arm.
Come on, Hana, let's go!
I got to my feet and struggled up the hill. Fearfully, I looked over my shoulder. PBG, now a small figure in the middle of the field, was looking towards us. Oh, crap.
You made the wrong...
I'm sorry. Oh, that was a mistake. I couldn't make out the expression on his face, but he made no move to stop or call out to us. Maya and I made our way back to the dorm in silence. I was feeling so good about that, like when she was talking, and now I don't.
You think everything will be okay? No, I don't.
I didn't know, so I didn't respond. PBG was shoving books into his locker. Maybe today. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, PBG.
Hey. When he realized it was me, he closed off completely. After glancing around, he shut his locker and dashed into the classroom. Crap. Yeah, I think we boo-booed somewhere.
Who boo-booed? Who boo-booed? Not me.
Oh, crap. PBG had been avoiding me ever since the incident at the soccer field. He didn't want to talk to me at all. I sighed.
Is it still bothering you?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Of course, I'm really worried. Maybe you should try talking to someone else about it if talking to PBG isn't working.
Makes sense. I glanced across the classroom. Shane, John, and PBG were looking at something Shane drew, giggling.
I guess you're right.
It wasn't until the next day that I got my chance. I ran into John and Shane while heading to class. PBG was nowhere to be seen.
Hey!
I dashed towards them. Oh, Hana.
Strategy is always.
What's up?
Well...
I fumbled with my fingers.
You know how PBG has been working really hard recently?
No? He seems tired recently.
Haven't you noticed something off with him, John? You're his roommate.
Sorry, Hana. I'm usually at the theater, so I haven't been around much. He's been working harder than usual, but...
I'm worried he's working too hard. He's been going out to the soccer field every night to practice for hours.
Oh, no. That's even worse. This again.
What do you mean?
When PBG has something he really cares about, he tends to work extremely hard at it.
So this isn't the first time this has happened?
Well, from what you're saying, it seems like this one is more extreme than usual. But yes, this has happened before. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I guess if you guys think it's okay, that probably means it's okay.
But what could be driving him to work so much harder than usual? I bet it's Hana. He shouldn't stress himself out too much. Something soft hit my head. I looked up, startled. Trust him. Shane was patting me on the head, and he was actually smiling.
Murder is about to happen. Run, Hana, run.
Okay, now I feel better about our choice. I know you care about him a lot, but PPG isn't a little boy anymore. He can take care of himself.
I guess so.
Without another word, Shane left. Hey. Wait for me. What just happened? A hurried Luke dashed past me. Hana, you'd better hurry up. Class starts in a minute.
What? Thank you.
I followed him to the classroom and burst through the door just in time. I collapsed in my seat with a sigh. I glanced at PBG's seat.
Where? Is there something wrong, Miss Mizuno? I will not tolerate speaking out of turn.
Oh, crap.
No, sorry.
I returned my gaze to the front of the room, but my mind was elsewhere. PBG hadn't come to class. The next day, I watched the classroom door with worry, but sure enough, the bell rang, class started, and PBG was still nowhere to be seen. Uh-oh.
Anna, are you okay?
Oh no, now I feel like we messed up.
I'm sure he's fine.
Okay, at this point, if we get the chance, we go talk to him.
Okay. Yeah.
But my mind couldn't help wandering to terrible thoughts. As I watched Suzuka draw pictures on the chalkboard, my mind drifted back to my childhood. Back then, PBG was always needing my help. He'd stub his toe or get chased by a raccoon, or have turned on television at night and seen a movie about aliens. Each time something bad happened, he'd come running to me to make him feel better. I knew that a lot of time had passed between now and then, but the PBG I saw now was so similar to the PBG I knew then. What if that hadn't changed? What if instead of learning how to manage his problems, he just learned to take them inward? And now, instead of asking for help from people who cared about him, he pushed them away and took it all into his own hands. Now, when he needs help, he takes his anger out on other things or gets too absorbed into what he's working on. In that case, if his friends don't see the need to help him, how will he ever get better? And if he hurts himself...
Good job, class. I'm leaving now, except for you, Marcus.
She placed a paper on one of the more attractive boys' desks.
I'll be seeing you in my office.
Whoa. She winked and waltzed out of the classroom.
What? Holy crap. It's finally going to happen. Shizuka's finally going to hit on a student. Oh man, there's no way. I'm going to miss this. Come on, Hana. We'll have just enough time to peek and eat our lunch if we hurry. You go on ahead. I have to talk to John.
Really?
Ugh, seriously. Fine. Maybe Jared will come with me.
Interesting. As Maya left the classroom, I approached John and tapped him on the shoulder.
Hey, John.
What's up?
Oh, hey. Hi, Hana. What's up?
Well, it's kind of about our conversation yesterday.
What do you need?
Well, PBG didn't come to class again, and I'm worried.
You're right. He usually sneaks in by now. Well, if you want, we can go up and check in the room. Last I saw him, he was still sleeping.
Thank you. This is giving me like Doki Doki Literature Club flashbacks. I didn't see the disturbing things when we played this thing, so I'm assuming he's okay.
There was no warning. I feel like that I should have a warning. Together, John and I made our way across campus. As we climbed the stairs to the room, I finally asked him something that had been bothering me for a while.
John, where did Jacques go?
Jacques? Oh, he's fine. Uh-oh. He's installing an update to get a Cybertronic beak that can carve through raw iron. Oh, what happened to Jacques?
Yeah. Raw iron.
Oh, yeah. All the cool birds have one nowadays. You know I couldn't leave him out of the loop, the little guy.
If you say so.
Now I want to play his path just to see what happened. I didn't really believe him, but he didn't seem to want to talk about it. Besides, it made as much sense as anything John said.
Did he make Jacques be the tree since we didn't do it?
I could see Jacques being the tree. No, I thought Jacques was going to be Juliet.
I was joking that he ended up...
Oh, so Jacques was the tree and Juliet.
Right.
That makes sense. Here we are. We stepped into his and PPG's dorm room and he closed the door behind us. PPG was fast asleep, curled into a tiny ball on the bed. How was it possible for him to be so small when he was 6'2"?
Good morning.
Wake up, beauty queen. PPG shifted over. You've got to be kidding me. He climbed over PPG's soccer bag and began poking him in the side. Wake up. Come on. No, leave me alone. I'm tired. If you don't come to class, you're going to get kicked out of school. Do you want that? Leave me alone.
No.
Come on. John swept PPG's blankets off him like a matador. No. PPG shrieked and flailed against the bed in a perverse imitation of a toddler's temper tantrum. I don't want to go to school. I'm sleepy. I want to sleep. Let me go to sleep. Oh man, this is awful. John turned to me. I'm sorry, Hana. Could you leave us alone for a bit? Hana! PPG shot up in his bed, smashing his head against the beams of John's bunk. Ow! That's awesome. Shut up. Leave me alone. I'm up, okay? I'm up. Yeah, Hana was worried about you, so we came to get you. I shuffled awkwardly back to the entryway.
Pardon my intrusion.
Hana, He trailed off, the tips of his ears turning pink. I'll be in class after lunch, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll go now.
I flew out of the room and headed for the cafeteria. Oh. When I got back, I thought we were going to see Mai and Jared. If that doesn't happen by the end of this game, I'm going to be so mad.
Well, yeah, because then we missed our chance.
When I got back to class...
I can't believe this.
Damn, it was a total fluke. Shizuka was giving him an application for some college internship program. Like, that's why she winked. I totally thought they were going to get it on, too. That's too bad. What are you grinning about, like, anyways?
I glanced across the room at PBG in his seat. He caught my glance and gave me a thumbs up.
Nothing. Oh, you lovebirds. Lovebirds? No. It's not like that, I swear.
Or is it?
Yeah. Let me know when it gets juicy.
PBG stayed in class that day, and for a few days after that, he looked absolutely exhausted every time I saw him and rarely responded to what I was saying. At lunch, he ate his food and absent-mindedly picked at his dessert, never listening to the conversation. I was worried. He was clearly acting strange, but nobody else seemed to be paying him any attention. I tracked Nick down to ask why, and all he said was, "This has happened before. It kind of just has to run its course." Eventually, I pieced two and two together. A big game was coming up. Apparently, if Asagao won, they would significantly better their chances of getting to finals. I didn't understand why, but they'd be able to lose 2 games instead of only the one. As the deadline approached, PBG got more and more anxious. Then one day, he didn't show up to class at all.
He's still not here.
What's going on?
This is the second day PBG just hasn't come to class.
Luke glanced at PBG's seat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Don't be sad. I glanced up at Ian in surprise.
No?
Ian rolled his eyes. If he's not hurting himself, there's no problem. He can make his own decisions. You've got yourself to worry about. This tournament isn't going to win itself. He grinned and my throat caught. The tournament! I'd been so worried I hadn't been practicing at all. That's what I thought. You can't make this easy for us, Hana. I really will beat you if you don't work hard at it. We really will beat you, not I.
You're right.
Ian shook his head and walked away. When it finally registered that Ian left, Luke followed. I shouldered my bag. Mai was nowhere to be seen, so I headed home alone to do some practice.
Oh, damn it.
No matter how hard I tried, I wasn't getting any better. I stayed in the same score and rank range since last week. How was I going to beat Ian at this rate?
Oh, the show's back on.
I turned the volume up just slightly, resuming my training. Welcome back to PB&J. Remember, if you hear that name somewhere else, we totally thought of it first. Tonight, I'm bringing you a very special show because, as you might notice, my partner has fallen asleep.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I won't be doing anything too bad to the guy, but, you know, he has a lot of fears, and I figured I'd do something to help him combat those.
Oh, God.
A sound like wet plastic echoed out of the radio. When John next spoke, his voice was muffled. Now then. PBG, wake up, I have come for you. What? There was a second's pause over the radio. I held my breath, then... Oh God, no, I'm sorry. Please don't take me. Please don't take me. You will make the perfect specimen. No, okay, you can take me, but please don't take Luca. He doesn't know any better. He's just a dog. John started laughing, but his muffled voice made it sound absolutely demonic. I should have made more of my life when I had the chance. I have so many things to tell people. Jeff, if you're out there, I secretly consider you a really good friend. And Josh, I'm really jealous of your beard. And Hana, Whoa there, boy. There was a rustling as John took off whatever he was wearing. It's only me. John?
Hey.
Come over to Daddy. Come hug me. I'm sorry for hurting you. What? A quiet shuffling sound and then someone being pat on the back. There. I'm sorry. It's over now. It was you? Of course it was me, you numbnut. I've never been so happy to see you.
These two.
For a long while, there was just rustling and patting as PBG was presumably being calmed down. I smiled. Whether it was obvious or not, John cared about PBG. He was trying to cheer him up, too, in his own special way. Despite that, I still worried. PBG didn't sound any less stressed. If anything, he sounded a bit more so. I bit my lip. I'd been worried about it literally all day. Maybe it was time to do something to get it off my mind. All right.
Strategy is always.
The radio show was hosted in Azalea Art Center, wasn't it? That's where they took me after the Flower Festival. It was no problem in simply popping by, right? Just to wish him luck before the big game. This wasn't weird at all.
It's a little weird.
I entered Azalea Art Center and made my way through the halls to the radio showroom. The show was still going, so I couldn't just barge in. Instead, I stood outside the door waiting for PBG and John to finish up. I sighed. What was I really doing here? Why did I care so much? Ian was right. If PBG wanted to do something, it was none of my business whether he did it. I didn't run his life. He didn't have to make his decisions taking me into consideration. But I didn't just feel concerned for him. I also felt a little responsible for him. Back when we were little, I was the one who watched out for PBG. I protected him from people who made fun of him. I chased down boys who tripped him on purpose. I even punched a kid in the face after I saw him shove PBG down on the concrete.
You go, Hana.
We were only a few months apart in age, but he always felt like a little brother to me. It was hard for me to see him as anything different, even now that he was so insanely tall and clearly had things together. Well, as together as obsessively destroying yourself over a silly soccer game could be.
Ouch.
Should have punched me if you were so scared. What if I was an actual alien? Then punching you wouldn't make much of a difference. You don't know that. John and PBG walked right past me, too deep in the argument to even notice I was standing there. I gently cleared my throat. Ugh. Oh, Hana, it's just you. What are you doing here? John glanced from me to PBG and smiled like a Cheshire cat.
See you later.
Hey, I gotta get going, but I'll leave you two here. Take your time too. We have permission to be out, so we won't get into any trouble. I smiled at him and he winked at me. PBG was pink. Like Turby. So, why are you here?
Well...
Shit. I didn't really think about what I should say once I was here. Mostly I just wanted to see him to put my mind at ease. Yes, he was alive and he was in one piece. He didn't even look that bad. Much better than he had the last few days. Maybe he'd been using that time to catch up on sleep. But he still shouldn't be missing so much class. What should I say?
Oh God! Decisions! Ah!
Okay.
You've been pushing
yourself to no, that's nagging. I'm gonna nix that one right off the bat.
I want to support you. I like
that seems
one.
fair.
I wanted to see how you're doing. I like that. I want to support you.
I'm between the last two. I feel like I wanted to see how you're doing could also be naggy.
I like the support one.
I'm gonna go support.
Okay.
I feel like we probably couldn't go wrong with either of those two, but let's do. It sounds so all right, whatever. I'm like, it sounds so awkward.
I've been conflicted. I feel like you're pushing yourself too hard, but I know how important this is to you. I just wanted to do something to help.
I stopped. I wanted to give him something, but what? Oh, God. Aw, you don't have to do that. I fumbled around my jacket looking for anything that might serve as a good gift. There was nothing but my body. Whoa. Oh, wait. Stepping forward, I wrapped my arms around him in a hug. My head just barely reached his chest. It was more like hugging his stomach than hugging him. His heart was beating rapidly just under my ear, and he went stiff as a door. Maybe this wasn't the right thing. He shifted a little under me, and then I felt two long arms wrap themselves around me too. Something prickly and heavy hit the top of my head. Thank you, Hana. All right, I feel like we made a good choice.
About time we made a right choice.
Yeah. We may have screwed up everything up to this point, but we nailed this one.
I think so. It's because we agreed on it.
Right, yeah, I think that was it. As we spoke, vibrations tickled my head and face.
No problem.
We stood like that for some time, longer than was strictly necessary for a friendly hug, but I didn't mind. In fact, I kind of liked it. It was different from the normal kind of hug I got from my parents. Something seemed different, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Finally, he pulled away. As I smiled at him, I realized what was weird. My heart was beating like crazy. PBG's face was rosy pink, and I was sure mine was the same. He cleared his throat. Well then, I guess we'll just have to get going now then.
Awkward.
He started walking backwards towards the door, not taking his eyes off me.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Will I see you at the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know you will. I'll be the one screaming on top of the bleachers.
What stuff is...
Something about stuff something up his creamer.
Stuff it up his creamer. That was it. Yeah. I beamed at him and he beamed back. Great. Man, I'm so excited. There's no way we'll fail. He chuckled. Thanks, Hana.
I didn't do anything.
No, you definitely did. He hit the door with a loud bang. Jerking around, he grabbed the handle and tried to pull it open, but it didn't budge.
It's a push door.
He pushed the door so hard that when it opened, he flung himself out into the night air. He stood for a few seconds processing what happened. Just as the door swung closed, he turned and waved to me. That was well worth the wait. Well, we'll just have to see how the big soccer game goes in the next episode.
Maybe we'll bring cheese for a snack for all the team afterwards.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
No. I had to make up for the last episode.
All right. You have all been warned. There will be cheese at the next episode.
Yes.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.